this is Miss Kay, and today we're going to be reading a book called Is There Room on the Feather Bed? Once there was a wee fat man and a wee fat woman who lived in a teeny tiny house at the bottom of a great green hill next to the bank of a clear running brook. They lived happily there with a large family of animals. There was a green-headed goose, a yellow-billed duck, a woolly white sheep, a speckled black hen, a fat pink pig, a furry brown dog, an orange-spotted cow, and a grinning gray cat. And from time to time, a small plump skunk with a broad white stripe down the center of its bushy back stood upwind watching them. The other animals never let him get too close. They ran away whenever he came near. When the wind blew on the teeny tiny house at the bottom of the great green hill, it blew hard. And when the sun shone, it shone brightly. One day, the wind blew a dark cloud across the sunny sun. Soon the rain started with a quiet ping, ping, ping. But before long, the pinging turned into the loud hammering of 1,000 drops that ran off the red tile roof, splashing into the rain barrel and trickling down the bank of the clear running brook. The brook overflowed its banks and rose so high that the green-headed goose and the yellow-billed duck could no longer enjoy a good swim. So they waddled up the bank and stood under a willow tree. That night, the wee fat man and the wee fat woman were getting ready for a good night's sleep when there was a tapping on their door. The wee fat woman opened it. "Honk, honk, honk, quack, quack, quack. The rain is pouring on our feathered backs," said the green-headed goose and the yellow-billed duck. "Why, bless your hearts, such a noise, such a fuss. There's room on the feather bed for all of us," said the wee fat woman. So the wee fat man and the wee fat woman made room for the goose and the duck, and they all settled in for a good night's sleep. No sooner had their eyes closed than there came a second tapping on the door. The wee fat woman opened it. There stood the woolly white sheep and the speckled black hen, who said, "Ba, ba, ba, cluck, cluck, cluck. May we please join the goose and the duck? Why, bless your heart, such a noise and such a fuss. There's room on the feather bed for all of us," answered the wee fat woman. And so the wee fat man and the wee fat woman and the goose and the duck and the sheep and the hen all curled up on the feather bed and closed their eyes. Soon there was more tapping on the door. Outside stood the fat pink pig and the furry brown dog, and they said, "Oink, oink, oink. Woof, woof, woof. May we stay beneath the warm, dry roof?" And the wee fat man welcomed them too. "Why, bless your heart, such a noise, such a fuss. There's room on the feather bed for all of us." So they moved over, and soon the wee fat man, the wee fat woman, the goose, the duck, the sheep, the hen, the pig, and the dog were sound asleep. Just as a nice dream was beginning for them all, there came another tap on the door. The wee woman opened it, and this time the orange-spotted cow and the grinning gray cat stood outside in a large puddle of water. They said, "Meow, meow, meow, moo, moo, moo. We'd like to come in till the sun turns blue." The wee woman welcomed them kindly as well, and a place was made for them on the feather bed, which was now a little crowded. Soon they were all fast asleep. Outside, the water was rising higher and higher, and rising along with it was the teeny tiny house. It rocked gently, as if it were a cradle, helping to keep everyone asleep soundly inside. But before long, the wee woman was awakened yet again by another tap, tap, tap on the door. And a now very sleepy wee woman opened it and was astonished to find the small plump skunk, who sang out, "I am a small plump skunk who cannot swim. I am asking politely, may I please come in?" The wee woman scooped up the small skunk and said, "Why, bless your heart, such a noise, such a fuss. There's room on the feather bed for all of us." If you remember, though, the other animals didn't like to be around the skunk. Let's see what happens. But when she helped him up onto the bed, the green-headed goose woke up and cried, "Skunk!" And with that, the wee man, the green-headed goose, the yellow-billed duck, the woolly white sheep, the speckled black hen, the fat pink pig, the furry brown dog, the orange-spotted cow, and the grinning gray cat scattered into the dark, wet night. It didn't take long before they began to think about the soft, dry feather bed. Finally, the green-headed goose called out to the others, "Maybe we shouldn't have raised such a fuss. Skunk's cozy inside, but just look at us." Skunk's cozy inside. Inside, the wee woman and the small plump skunk were beginning to worry about the wee man and the other animals when they heard a tapping at the door. The wee woman opened it. "Honk, honk, achoo, achoo, we've been silly. Is there room for us, too?" said the green-headed goose. "Why, bless your heart, such a noise, such a fuss. There's room on the feather bed for all of us. So come back inside, let's all be friends. We'll have breakfast in bed until the rain ends," said the wee woman. And so they did.